Hey, it's Webs here with a video that's a little bit early and a little bit out of order, centered around the new event in Hearthstone Mercenary game mode, centered around Chi, which is meant for experienced players, which actually upsets me quite a bit. So this video is going to be a little bit more of a rant. Normally I'm not the type of person who actually likes doing any type of rants when it comes to any games that I'm actually playing. I do think it is a necessary discussion moving forward with this game mode. There's so many things that are just adding up for mercenaries that just makes the game mode so much more difficult for me to keep being invested in it, especially when I want to see this game mode succeed and actually get new players, which it doesn't seem like it actually is gaining any new players, and it seems like every day the queues for the rank system is getting longer and longer. Honestly, it just seems like it's a game mode that is going to die pretty quickly if there aren't actually changes in the future. And I don't think this event is a step in the right direction because it isn't new player friendly. And that's what this game mode needs right now. New players. Every game mode needs new players just so you can have an expanding audience. But I think this is definitely the game mode that needs them the quickest. So we're going to start off with this event. It's a limited time event for 2 weeks where you can complete 10 tasks, which will allow you to get Chi as a mercenary along with a golden Chi and 1,000 coins for the new mercenaries that came out last week. Though it is split between 4, so it isn't as good as it actually sounds. That is just a warning. And you're supposed to actually use beasts and dragons to actually complete some of these tasks. So the first thing I want to mention is the tasks were actually data mined, I think, last week, and I really had hoped that they were going to be changed, but sadly they weren't. And before we actually look at the event itself, I do want to look over Chi a little bit, especially given the fact that his final equipment, the one that you're probably going to want to use with him, is actually not available until the event is finished, which is why I don't actually really want to put out a build video this week for mercenaries, just because of the fact that I can't use him week 1 in its full potential, which really sucks. I don't know why they're doing this. It's really annoying. I honestly much prefer doing the 7 tasks over actually completing fill in the blank heroic bounty. I know that was something that was supposed to be praised as a big change that makes it new player friendly, but it really doesn't make it new player friendly, especially when new mercenaries require you to do newer bounties, and that means new players are going to have to grind through all the bounties before. And that gets me into my second big issue with this event. The order of the tasks in this event make no sense. The first 2 tasks require Alterac Valley, but for some reason the next 3 don't. Those next 3 should probably be the first 2 tasks, followed by the 3rd task, leading up into Alterac Valley, just so you could actually do this event as a new player, because I don't think any of these tasks are that difficult for a new player to actually do, besides some of the ones towards the end. And while I was praising Blizzard for actually doing really good new tasks for a lot of the new mercenaries, as they were all really simple to actually finish, the fact that these tasks are the ones that you have to complete for the event are just frustrating. You only really need to actually take the time to go over the first 2 tasks just to give examples of how to do them, because I do think unlocking Chi will be important for the future, and it wouldn't be too hard if you are just normally playing this game mode. If you aren't, it's going to be a pain in the butt to actually grind to that point, but you should be able to do it with some of the mercenaries you unlock for free, so no worries there. But that will have to wait until after the second part of my rant. They have made so many changes to this game mode to try to help new players out, including the Proving Grounds, which I don't honestly know who these are meant for. I get it's supposed to help with leveling up new mercenaries, but it really doesn't. Leveling up new mercenaries was never the issue. Mercenaries level up pretty damn quickly if you just put a little bit of time in, especially if you do any bits of PvP. The thing that really sucks is the game mode's really fun once you get all the mercenaries leveled up. It's just so difficult to keep up with the game on how quickly they're releasing new mercenaries and how hard it is actually to level up some of them, especially because new players aren't going to have access to every single mercenary. I almost have everything maxed out completely, which is a much higher amount than I actually want to freely admit. And a lot of these mercenaries I'm never going to probably use if it wasn't for videos. I get it. Blizzard has to make money to keep developing this game. However, they do have so much cosmetics and the packs from the other game modes that I don't think Mercenaries is probably making that much money for them, especially given the fact that most people who actively play this game mode understand the more you play the game mode, the worse the packs actually get. So why buy new packs when new Mercenaries come out? Why not just try your luck at grinding out the coins necessary for each individual new mercenary, grinding out tasks ahead of time, as I have, as you can see on screen, where I have 7 packs from the tasks from 2 out of the 4 other new mercenaries that came out very recently. Much easier way to actually try to gain access to the new mercenaries than actually spending money on packs, because you're not guaranteed anything out of those packs. There is no pity counter involved. There's just so many elements about this game mode that keep players out, and I'm really frustrated to actually see them. I probably should go over the 2 tasks that I said I was going to go over. The first task being against Popsy Cooler. It doesn't need to be heroic Popsy Cooler, you just have to finish it early on. The team that I used was Orcs. This is a stereotypical build, but you don't necessarily need Thrall and Garrosh. You could instead do Cyrilla and Cariel. The team that I used to actually complete the first task was a orc-based team, but if you're a new player, Cyrilla, Samuro, and Cariel will do enough damage for you to actually get to Popsy Cooler, along with Rokara as the 4th most important mercenary in the team. The other ones aren't technically necessary. You could replace the other 3 orcs besides Samuro in this team with something like Nature, as it is a lower cost build. As long as you use Samuro, you should be able to get this task completed with the equipment Burning Blade. Burning Blade will actually allow you to one-shot Popsy Cooler once you get the cart actually down that he's hiding behind, and it will also allow you to get the cart down pretty low in one turn, so Popsy Cooler doesn't heal for that much. I wish I had some gameplay for this and the next task, but this event kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I only really wanted to do each task at least once, and I forgot to record when I was completing the first 2 tasks. So it is what it is. If you guys want to see the task in action, then sure, I might put out additional videos, but let me know down below. Otherwise, I'm just going to go over these 2. For the second task, I use a nature/fire hybrid to actually complete it, but you don't really need the fire part of this build at all. I had access to them, which is the main reason I used them. You could also use Cariel with Samuro and Cyrilla as your way to get up to the boss, and that should work perfectly fine using the same equipments as task 1. Though there are 2 things worth mentioning. Treasure that actually makes lightning bolt hit a nearby enemy, then you're not going to probably complete this task at least in one try. You are probably going to trigger the dormant on Ibis, and that's going to ruin your time, so you're probably going to want to avoid that equipment as much as humanly possible when you're actually grinding up to get to Ibis. The other thing worth mentioning here is Malfurion isn't completely necessary, but you're not using anything you normally wouldn't be using on Malfurion, such as a different equipment besides Life Root, but this does make it 10 times easier, as you could hit your own mercenaries if you are using Malfurion in a build like this, but that shouldn't stop you. Lady Androcondra is probably a decent enough replacement and will serve as a healer, and also allows you to continue to hit your own mercenaries if you really need to scale up the damage even further after you focus down the other 2 mercenaries on besides Ibis. Sorry for the little bit of a ranty video today. I just really needed to get this out of my head. I've been worried about this game mode for quite a while now, and it just seems like every single change that they make just makes the game mode worse and worse. I really wish this game mode would succeed, but I don't know how it is going to succeed. If it's going to continue to be un-new player friendly, I know they need to make money, but that shouldn't stop them from designing a good game. And like always, let me know down below what you think of this event. I wish I had put a little bit more effort into showing some gameplay, but again, I don't know. If you want to see the rest of the task complete, I'll try to complete all the tasks just to have footage of it, and then I'll commentary over it afterwards. But until then, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.